much to be. Bit quicker. Date now on Bumble.
Okay. Hopefully. Okay, the latency is fixed. Thank God. Okay. At least from what I'm seeing, we've only got like a couple seconds delay, which is... Ugh. Absolutely. I really apologise for this. I'm blaming YouTube wholeheartedly for this, for being a terrible streaming platform. But I believe we're all good now. I'm just doing this just to check something. Okay, yeah, so it's about a 10-second delay. Okay, I can live with a 10-second delay. That's fine. If anyone is actually going to join this stream, I'd be very, very impressed if you've made it through everything again. Okay, we have another viewer. Okay, absolutely brilliant. Okay, so we have at least one person watching the stream, so that's good. We can't need more than one person if we're going to be actually doing the stream. The actual plan was if a couple more people want to get in stream, it might be worth me making a community post saying we are back live again. It's because okay, let me just quickly do a post and just say we are back live again. Is this the one that's currently live? I'm going to say it is. For the interrupt. Okay, community post made. Okay, let's have a see. I like how we still have the chats from the last live stream before it just decided to break on screen. Okay, cool. We do have some people in chat. We have 4 people in chat. That's good. We can what's the word? We can make that work. If anyone wants to, I'm not sure if chat's working or not. So if anyone is watching, just say you are in chat, just so I know that chat is working. Because it might not be. And if chat doesn't work, then we can't do our live voting, basically, is what it comes down to. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, we are good. Okay, again, I thank you everyone who has stayed with me through the technical issues. But the latency is fixed, so that is a massive W. If we have to say anything out of this. Realist Meadle, have you thought about making a Discord or something? I don't use Discord much, and I feel if I made a Discord, I don't think I'd be present enough in it to warrant its. I guess I can look into it. I'll have a look into it just because you've asked, and you're a very generous supporter of the stream. So, sure. Well, I'll give it a little look. In a couple of my other YouTube friends have a pretty thriving Discord, so I'll have to ask them for tips. Well, considering we have 4 people in chat, according to what I'm seeing, that is more than 2 people. So I promised we'd do the predictions, so we will do the predictions. Yeah, okay. We will do that. So we actually do what promised, even if like no one's in chat at the moment. you guys can really skew this if you really want to. So if we go like this, and then we go like this. Let me find the stream just so I can do stuff. Wesley Verger, you should switch to Twitch for streams. This happening. I am genuinely pretty tempted to after today's. Usually it's not this bad, but today has been a bit of a roller coaster. So I am genuinely thinking about it now. We'll see how the rest of this stream goes. But the latency issue was the big issue, and that seems to have been solved. So it's not all bad. So we are going to start doing the our prediction roster for this. Has it just cut my webcam out? For God's sake. There's meant to be a little, what's it called up here? Where is that gone? Oh, for God's sake. Oh, who knows? Who genuinely knows with this? Okay, well, you're not seeing my face during this. Absolutely dreadful stuff. I'll sort that out at a later date. God's sake. This is absolute. Okay, sure. We're just going to plow through. This stream is already a train wreck, so we'll just deal with this train wreck of a stream. Okay, anyway. I know we've already asked this, but we're just going to run through this, so we'll ask again, because we have different people in chat, potentially, so lay it on me what you guys think for round 1. We might as well, can I not move this at least? I can at least move this up then, at least. Maybe that probably looks a little bit better. So far we have a Ra 100%. I had a feeling Ra was probably going to win. I'll give it another like 5 seconds, and we'll see. And now it's 50%. There's 4 people in chat here, so and there's only 2 votes. So two of you have the chance to like swing this, unless you both vote Ra and Cuckoo Lane. For God's sake. It being a 50%, I think, kind of lines up with the spirit of this stream, because last time we did this poll, Ra won, so I'm just gonna say Ra wins this, just so we actually have an answer. Which means it's Prometheus versus Sun Wukong for our second one. I feel we might be in a how do we do this? We want to start a poll. Who wins? And it's Sun Wukong or Prometheus. And let's see if we get another 2 votes, or if we're actually going to get a proper. We have 1 vote. Excellent stuff. Anyone going to vote the other way, or are we going to have a stomp for Sun Wukong? Okay, 3 people. Okay, that's the majority of people voting, so that is what we like to see. But Sun Wukong is taking this, so this stream isn't too bad right now. I can just do that, and then we move you there, which means we've got Indra versus the Vermilion Bird, or what they want to call themselves. Oh, I'm getting. Sorry if this stream is no longer that entertaining. I do apologise, but I feel we just got to power through and get this done, just so we can at least say we actually did what we set out to do. So it's Zuke, whatever they're called, or also known as the Vermilion Bird, or Indra, who looks like Gintoki, I always thought. Oh, are we down to 3 viewers? Absolutely brilliant. It's going to be down to no viewers by the time we get through to the end of this roster. I'd like to fix this, but properties. I'm not sure why it's not working though. Who knows? Who knows where my webcam has gone to? But we have got this great poll going, and oh, for God's sake, it does seem like Indra with one vote is winning this. God's sake. Hey, let's try be positive. This stream isn't a total train wreck yet. Let's just power through and get this thing done. Who wins, Nezha or Morrigan? I feel people are going to say Nezha, but you know, the one person who's voting could surprise me. Never know. Oh, okay. A bit tighter this one, in that like everyone voted. But yeah, so Morrigan seems to have taken this, unless anyone's going to be voting the other way. Does seem to be 75%. And we've actually got 5 people in stream. This is absolutely amazing right now. This is top tier stuff. But it does look like Morrigan has taken this. I'll just do Mori. Which means we've got Mazda versus Muramasa next up. Who wins? Muramasa. God, I do really hope Muramasa turns out to be like the god's actually just a sword. I think that'd be so much cooler than like anything else. But you know, it's Ragnarok, so I doubt it's gonna happen. But if I had to predict, I think Mazda's probably gonna take this. Is gonna be my guess. But we will wait and see. First vote is in, and it is for Mazda. Is anyone else feeling like voting for this round? Or not? What do we reckon? Is this one voter going to decide this whole thing? No? Okay, we've got some challenge. Oh, no. It's going to say, look, no, yeah, we're on 50%. There are 2 other people in chat right now. So if one of you wants to actually vote, there we go. Then we can actually get a majority, and it is... Mazda. It does seem like Mazda is gonna take this. Hope, yeah. Yeah, it looks pretty definitive that Mazda is taking this. I don't know, but Mazda gives off jobbing energy to me, personally. He does seem like he's going to be a bit of a jobber. But, you know, not necessarily. Oh, what is going on with this now? Mazda. Which means we've got Enma versus Def next. Which is going to be an interesting match when we actually see it. Weeb Guru, are we good now? We are good now. Well, assumably we're good. The webcam's not showing up. So there is still technical issues, as always. But the latency issue seems to be fixed. It seems to be pretty much live now. Like, we've only got a slight delay. We are going through the roster at the moment. So if you want to join in on the voting, you are more than welcome to. And we are currently doing Enma versus Def. Who do we think is going to take it? That's another weird thing. Like, obviously we know it's the Vermilion Bird for sure, but like there was why were there those weird? There was like some translations had just had a coyote instead of the Vermilion Bird in the roster for some weird reason. I don't actually know why. We will get thick elf waifu. Will we get thick elf waifus in Ragnarok? We can if you really want them in there. It's something we can do. Let me call Toro. Random prediction: Def is a little girl. I mean, that would be. I feel Def's going to be some kind of subversion of what we'd expect. I don't think they're going to be like full on like Grim Reaper with like a scythe or anything. I feel it's going to be a little more creative. It does seem that Enma is taking this. Only one person in chat hasn't voted, and one person never seems to vote. So I'm going to assume that we are fine with Enma beating Def. Which means next up is Belial versus Leviathan. Which is something I'm actually quite excited for. Poll. Dun, dun, dun. Will Belial be monstrous, or will it just be a guy? What do we reckon? Probably just going to be a guy. Anime Master, welcome back. Sorry for the technical issues. We seem to have most of them solved. We have lost the webcam, and I don't know where the webcam's gone. But beyond losing the webcam, we are back in business, and the latency issue has been fixed. So we are basically live now, like probably live, not like minutes behind. And we are currently doing the voting for Belial versus Leviathan to see who we think is going to win this. So feel free to... Oh, we got 12 people live. Oh, this is brilliant. We've actually got a functioning chat right now. If you guys had gotten in a bit quicker, you might have changed some of these early stuff, because we had like 2 people voting for most of these early rounds. But, you know. But yeah, it's good. Okay, cool. We've actually got some competitive voting. I'm surprised people said Ku lost. I think people just like Ra a lot. Have Alkong Aura be an ocean drawing a hurricane. That is a pretty nice way to describe the aura. It looks like Belial is going to take this. Though we've only got 6 votes in, and there's 9 people currently watching the chat. So, you know, we've still got 3 people want to weigh in. If not, it does seem like Belial is going to be taking this. I'll give it 5 more seconds. If anyone else wants to get their vote in. Okay, Belial is taking this. I'm very curious. I'm curious to see what people are going to think of Sun Wukong and Ra, just because people seem to like them both a lot. So, fine. We got one more. We got the final matchup of round 1 to get our poll into, and it's between Surtur, who I think we all will agree we're pretty excited for, and Hydra, who I'm excited for, because it's going to probably be 7 femboys. 7 femboys at once. That's what we're hoping for. I do have a feeling Surtur is probably going to stomp in this, because it's Surtur. You know, they did cause Ragnarok. But I want a Hydra sweep. And yes, I agree, facts. I want a Hydra sweep. Oh, it was also established Def can happen in this tournament. Yeah. I remember saying, us discussing last stream, it'd be pretty cool if, like, Kukulane wins his round just by killing Ra. But it seems like you can just kill people in this tournament. So we might see some deaths. Are we at 50-50? Or have I swung this in favour of Hydra? We have 6 people voting. There are people that have not voted. So would you got to vote, guys. Otherwise, we are stuck at a 50-50. And, well, have to do the poll again. Well, there's no point in the poll again, because... come on, I know not everyone's voted. Bum Killies couldn't take out Hydra, so Surtur can't either. Is anyone going to swing it? Oh, it's been swung. Oh gosh, don't tell me that's why we don't see these boys, because they're dead. Well, we know they don't all die, because Indra obviously survives his match. We know Indra does. Could everyone else die? Possibly. But yeah, it looks like Hydra has somehow got the win over Surtur. So that's excellent stuff. That's very, very excellent stuff. I'm glad to see that. Very glad to see that. Yeah, but yeah, like that could definitely explain. Like Ra dying, I wouldn't find too surprising, just because Ra seems like quite a prominent character who probably we would see during Ragnarok. But yeah, Undead Unluck is getting season 2 in 2025. I was worried it wasn't going to get a continuation. Oh yeah, I'm so excited. Mainly like, do I think the anime has its flaws? I do think the pacing at times isn't great, and the use of flashbacks isn't great. But at the same time, I think there's so much worse adaptations you can get. So I'm very glad that it's getting a season 2. Especially because I think season 2 is where we're going to get some of the like really cool stuff. Anubis over Ra. The fact Anubis was picked for the Ragnarok and Ra wasn't would maybe indicate that. But then as Zeus says, like it doesn't matter who goes forward, they should crush the humans. So I wouldn't necessarily take it as like a power scaling thing that all the people in Ragnarok are stronger than the other gods. But Anubis definitely could be above Ra. Ra versus Wukong will be Kendrick versus Drake. Shame this spin-off won't get anime. I mean, it might eventually. You know, if it does, it'll be a long time in the future. Okay, I think we are ready, now that Hydra has shown that they stomp Surtur, that we can get on to doing, as you said, what's going to be the Kendrick versus Drake of this. Who do we think is going to win? Is it going to be... Is it going to be Ra, praise the sun, or is it going to be Sun Wukong, the Monkey King? Have Nessa show up trying to take Alcong place, but I'll pressure him. Yeah, I saw your comment about this earlier. I've got that on one of the what they call the train wreck streams. But yeah, I'll keep that in mind. I don't know who most of these guys are. I'm just voting whoever's the cooler name. Then have Sun show up and make fun of Nessa. Yeah, cool. Realist is spitting, let him cook. I am letting him cook, man. Do you think the fights will be a chapter long or longer? I'm unsure if like this first round's going to be longer than the other rounds, just because it's like main character boy. But judging on the pacing so far, I don't think this fight will end next chapter. I feel this will probably be like we'll get next chapter and then it'll end the chapter after. But I'm gonna assume the average length of a round's probably going to be 2 or 3 chapters, would be my guess. Though it wouldn't surprise me if we have like a low diff fight in here at some point, where like, just for example, Enma versus Death, and then Enma just like one-shots Death at the beginning or something, and it's not even a full chapter. I can maybe see that. But, you know, it's difficult to say. It does look like Wukong is going to take this, which, you know, is probably for the best, because I don't think Ra's actually going to make it this far. So Sun Wukong is in the finals. No, Sun Wukong's in the semi-final. No, wait, do they go straight to the finals? No, they fight in. Yeah, okay, they go there. Trying to work out. No, they go there. Oh, for God's sake. There, that's where they go. I've got like such bad stuff here. Okay, don't forget Alcong has a harem. He has a harem as well. Absolutely brilliant. Wukong will likely be weaker than Buddha in Ragnarok, like in Journey to the West. Yeah, I don't think Wukong's going to be like a Buddha level fighter. For Quet's entrance, have him do the Yujiro, drop into the arena from the sun with him just chilling there. Quet's already has their intro planned, and it's a bit different, but it's still pretty cool. Kendrick beats Drake, not like us. Okay, so next up is Indra versus Morrigan. I'm curious what people are going to say here. Mainly because Indra's one of the few characters here where we actually do have a general idea of their strength, because we've seen their performance against Shiva. No, it's not even Shiva, is it? It's does Rudra fight Indra, or does Shiva? I feel it's Rudra who fights him. I could be wrong about that. I think it's Rudra, but I could be very wrong. Indra and Mori. Indra's actually one of the few characters, though, in like normal Record of Ragnarok where they actually use elemental powers, because we do see them using lightning. So that's quite cool. Wukong is relative to Buddha, but he loses due to most likely hacks. I don't think Wukong's going to be as strong as people think. Like, I genuinely, if I had to do my gut feeling, I think Prometheus is going to beat him. Mainly because Prometheus feels like a more fitting opponent for Cuchulainn than Sun Wukong does to me. But, you know, I'm glad my boy Indra is slamming here. That's what we like to see. Okay, Indra is quite handily taking that. Which means we can move Indra to here. Which means it's Mazda versus Enma next. Which I'm not actually sure which way this is going to go. If I'm being honest. I don't think either of these is a clear favourite. So we got Mazda, the supreme god of Zoroastrianism, however you say it. And then Enma, the king of the dead. You dare doubt the Monkey King. I don't doubt the Monkey King. I doubt the Chinese gangster man who's apparently meant to be a monkey. Enma wins due to narrative. I was about to say, it does seem like Enma's slamming this, but then he went down to 6. Okay. It does look like Enma's going to take this, but it's pretty close. How many? 7 people have voted, and that seems to be about normal for what we're expecting. So I'm going to say it looks like Enma's going to take this. I mean, Mazda is like really strong mythologically, but you know, we've spoken. Enma has won this. Mazda can go up there. So we've got Hydra and Belial. Is Hydra going to take this yet again? Are we going to have the Hydra sweep? It'd be pretty funny if we got a Hydra sweep. Okay, let's go. Come on, Hydra believers, let's win this. I'm not trying to throw it, but everyone vote Hydra. Enma is the more popular name in manga. Yeah, it definitely is. Don't just my boys, he's already in S tier. Heck, we need to do a tier list for characters. We can't do a tier list for these guys because we don't know what most of them do yet. Wouldn't be surprised if the goddess lost in the first round. Women don't have a good track record in the series. I'm kind of tired of Morrigan because Morrigan, as you said, feels like a jobber. But then at the same time, I can definitely see Cuchulainn versus Morrigan being the semi-final match. Like that feels like a matchup that we would get. I don't know. To me, that feels like something we'd get. But at the same time, yeah, Morrigan does kind of feel like a jobber a bit. No, what is it? No, I've just seen the poll. Oh, this is terrible. Hydra, what? I like how the most people have been voting is like 7 votes. And now as soon as my goat is in this, we've got 9 people voting and it isn't for the goat. This is absolutely ridiculous. I guess Hydra, this is as far as you get. I'm sad to say. So we have 3 more matches to go. I will say this isn't the 4 that I expected to be seeing here, which is better because it's more predictable. So we've got Sun Wukong versus Enma. I have a general feeling who everyone's going to make win this tournament. I just have a feeling. But who do we reckon? The Monkey King or the King of the Dead? Who's going to take this? Morrigan is the Ares of the series. We don't need an Ares of the series because we already have an Ares of the series. Is anyone going to vote for Enma? Or is it going to be a Sun Wukong, like a full slam? The monkey agenda carries. Well, I'm sad to see the Hydra agenda didn't really didn't stand strong. This is insane. We got 7 people all voting for Sun Wukong. This is unprecedented. 8 votes for Sun Wukong. I feel Sun Wukong's probably going to win this whole thing, is going to be my guess. But you don't know. Indra or Belial could maybe take this. Unlikely, but definitely possible. Come on, Indra or Belial. I kind of want Belial too, just because they beat my precious Hydra. But, you know, we will see. Didn't realise Belial had so much fans. I thought Hydra was the one we all liked. I thought we all liked Hydra for the memes. You're not ready for him. Wukong beating the King of the Dead before. Indra is going to do a draw with Belial. Belial's 100. What is Belial like the fan favourite that I didn't know about? Because Belial seems to be slamming in these votes, and I don't know why. I didn't know people liked Belial that much. I'm genuinely a bit baffled by this. Abrahamic Pantheon slams. It clearly does seem to be. This is ridiculous. What is this? I thought we liked Indra. I thought we really liked Indra. I do love that, like, Indra just slammed the Vermilion Birds and Hydra slammed Surtur, but then both of them are getting slammed by Belial. What the heck? This is ridiculous. See, at this point, I think Belial may have a chance against Sun Wukong. Okay, one person's voted Indra, but I don't think that's going to save them. I think we're going to have to agree that Belial is going into the finals. I'd be most surprised if Belial actually makes it to the finals in the actual thing, but we will see. Which means, drumroll please, who is getting low diffed by Zeus after they win? Because we know that's going to happen to whoever wins anyway. Is it Sun Wukong? Is it Belial? It better be Belial because they beat Hydra. The West versus the East reflects reality. Okay, final poll, people. Final poll. Who is getting low diffed by Zeus when they win the tournament? Please, I want Belial to slam this. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for. Ooh, it's tight. It's very tight. Very tight. Both who fought against heaven. Who is going to take it? No, this is... His Belial literally going to... Surely not. Surely Belial isn't going to take this. Is it 50? It's 50-50. And there's 8 people in chat. And there is 8 votes. So we have literally had a draw. Now, I don't know what we actually do at this point. Okay. Well, you know what that means? We're going to have to flip a coin, is basically what this is coming down to. We are going to have to flip a coin. That is literally what this has come down to. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Heads for Wukong. Okay, no. We'll do what Meadle says. Heads is for Belial. Tails is for Sun Wukong. No, you can't say it's a draw. Someone has to win this. And we're doing it by the coin toss. That's just what we're doing. Okay, let's see what this comes up to, guys. That is Tails, which means it's Sun Wukong. Oh, goddamn, I want Belial to win this. Absolutely dreadful stuff. Sun Wukong won. Absolute scenes. Which means, just for the sake, let's go in and let's move Belial down out of it. And Sun Wukong can go in the middle. They have won until Zeus comes and beats them up. Absolute scenes. Okay, well, I'm glad that in the end, we got the stream back on course. And I kind of believed Sun Wukong was going to win this anyway. But I'm glad to see Belial is a fan favourite. I didn't know they were that beloved, but they clearly are. And sadly, Hydra didn't make it that far. But they did beat Surtur, which I did find quite surprising. Do you think Kintoki met with Siegfried but kept quiet about it to Buddha due to some agreement? Maybe. If it did, though, it like... Well, obviously, we see the panels of him sneaking around and being like, yeah, security's pretty tight. Could that be like false? Could that be like that panel be false? I don't know. I'm going to assume he didn't actually meet with Siegfried, but it is possible. Again, though, what is the point of Kintoki going to do that? I don't know. The Worst of the Fallen Angels is popular. Yeah, but we had Hydra. Hydra's really cool. Hydra 7 femboys. It's unprecedented for Hydra to lose, is all I'm saying here. Shall we do a tier list next stream? We very well can do a tier list next stream. Sure, yeah. I will pencil in a tier list for next stream, which means we definitely have to do another stream before the next chapter, which should be pretty doable. What do we want the tier list to be in, though? If anyone's got any suggestions for what tier list you want us to do, or we could just do a lot of general tier lists. We could do a tier list stream and do a lot of different tier lists. It's funny how the only female character the author allowed to fight barely looks female. She's basically a man, but Aphrodite's actual female character got cut. It is still mad to me Aphrodite was originally going to be a fighter in Ragnarok. Like, that's quite funny. But yeah, Morrigan's like just a hulking man woman. Hydra is fish level. The Hydra slander is it's just, you can't be doing this. I'll ban you from stream if you start slandering Hydra. Sun Wukong is drippy though. Isn't Hydra a Heracles victim in lore? Depends which Hydra. There's technically multiple Hydras in Greek mythology. So technically, could be a different Hydra. Not all the Hydras got taken out by Heracles. You know. I think, unless I'm just misremembering. Or is there just one Hydra? I swear there's more than one Hydra. I feel. Because there's the Linnaean Hydra. Is there the fact there's a Linnaean Hydra makes me think there's another Hydra, but there might not be another Hydra. It might just be that one. Which, it was killed by Heracles. That is true. I always find it mad that the Hydra labor is the second labor. It's not even one like the... It's not even one of the... what's it called? Later labors. It's literally the second one. You'd think it'd be more... what's it called? You think it'd be further down, but no, it's one of the first ones. Isn't there also a another like snake in the like, what is it? The 9th labor or 10th labor, or am I just misremembering that? Isn't there like a giant snake guarding the golden apples? Or am I? Let me look this up. Or am I just imagining stuff? I swear there's another like giant snake. Maybe not. Am I misimagining this? I swear the 11th labor of Hercules, whatever you want to call it, was guarded by like a snake. No, I think I'm just being dumbass. I swear that's a thing. Okay, maybe not. At least my quick looking didn't. It's a dragon. Okay, it's a dragon. I remember it being a snake. Yeah, there's one Hydra. Okay, that's not as fun then. Yeah, there's only one Hydra. I don't know, I was under the impression there was 2 Hydras, like one in a different myth. But no, you're right. He's just a Heracles victim, which is a shame. Shall we rank the Valkyries as waifus? We can rank the Valkyries as waifus. We'll do that. We'll do that as one of our tier lists next stream. I think we'll do a few tier lists, I'm thinking, but that's one we can definitely do. For Awanar for Arena, have it be Avalon. It could be. We haven't done any themed arenas yet in Ragnarok, so we definitely could do. I'm pretty sure there's only one Hydra. Yeah. Realist, my man, is cooking with an ocean in the middle. I'm pretty sure it's a dragon. Yeah, it does need to be a dragon. Jack over Heracles over Hydra. This is terrible. That's before he ascended the godhood too, right? No, kind of. No, not. It's not as bad as you make it out to be. Heracles had godlike strength. before he fought the Hydra. Is only him doing the 12 labors was what made him be acknowledged as a god by Zeus, but he still had like divine powers before he did the labors. So Hydra lost to here's a question: who's stronger, Python or Hydra? Who is Python stronger than Hydra? This is real. Yeah, the Hydra slander is turning out to be Hydra truth, because it does seem like Hydra is actually quite weak here, which you hate to see it. Perhaps we'll see a backstory for the Hydra in which Heracles doesn't kill it, as he sees it as an unjust act of the creature. What? So not only does Hydra lose to Heracles, they then get mercy. They get like mercy and pitied by her. We're not winning this one with Hydra. Heracles was a demigod, half god, half man, so he had better strength than a regular man. I swear though, yeah, but did Zeus give him any actual powers, like, when after the labors, though, in story? Like, I thought, like, the Ambrosia just gave him all his godly powers. Like, because, obviously, after he did the labors, he got his divine weapon, and he got the power to use the labors. But I assumed his, like, all his, like, strength and speed and stuff he had before he did the labors, was my assumption. Hopefully, because if not, then, yeah, Hydra's an absolute bum, and we don't want Hydra being a bum, because we like Hydra. How do we have 16 people watching? We didn't have this many when we were voting. You're just here to hear me yap about Hydra. I'm going to get some Hydra fan art, what's it called? Commissioned now. So I can do the Hydra agenda. Arthur's waiting room would just be the round table with the knights arguing. For a plot in universe reason, it won't be. Let's just say the knights don't like Arthur. Let's just say that much. Arthur is not liked by the knights in Ragnarok. So the knights will not be arguing. The knights, most of the major like roundtable knights will be making appearances. Lancelot is going to be quite a major character in his backstory. So he will be quite a major spectator. Yeah, for various aspects of Arthur's backstory and character, he's going to be less tied to Avalon than you'd expect. I don't want to spoil anything, because like Arthur's probably my favourite character that I've done like writing for in Ragnarok so far. So you know, I don't want to spoil any of his story, but it's a very unique take on Arthur. But I think it's gonna be really cool. Due to being son of Zeus, he had higher speed and strength. So I'm pretty sure I had all that before his labors. Yeah. I like in mythology. I don't know. I'm just talking purely in Ragnarok plot. And as far as I'm aware in plot, he had all his god powers before he did the labors. But yeah, in like mythology, he had some. 1 minute, just gotta check something. What is Avalon? Avalon is like an island in our foreign legend. I think in one legend it's where Excalibur or Caliber, one of the two, is forged. Basically, it's like a... I think in one legend a city's built there as well. It's just a thing from our foreign legend, basically. It's a place. Has anyone noticed how the chat on screen, I've only literally just noticed this, is like from an old from one of like the failed streams. I'm not sure why it's doing that. Was he a child of Zeus in Ragnarok 2? No, he wasn't. He was just a mortal that drank the ambrosia, which gave him the strength of Zeus. Though clearly not the literal strength of Zeus, because he was fighting equally with Ares for a bit. And yes, I know he fought like a load of other gods first, but it's still Ares, and Ares is a bum, so he obviously wasn't Zeus level strength there. Realist should voice Arthur. You're more than welcome to. If yeah, you're more than welcome to. When we get to like when round 6 happens, I will like do it like I'll do a community post for like a casting call if anyone wants to do any voices, because I think that'd be quite fun. I would do it for round. I could do it for round 5 as well, I guess. There's no reason not to. I might do it for round 5 as well. We'll see. Apparently, at the end of Journey to the West, Wukong achieved enlightenment. Maybe Wukong has similar eye abilities to Buddha. Yeah, he definitely could do. I don't know if they they do give him the same foresight purely based on the fact that like we have enough future sight like fighting in Ragnarok as it is, and I don't know if we're going to need any more, like if they can keep it interesting. But it wouldn't surprise me. I'm curious if Wukong's going to have like the flying somersault, like his cloud, like the Nimbus from Dragon Ball basically. I'm curious if he's going to have that at all. I can definitely see him having that. But like the issue I found when I wrote Sun Wukong in Ragnarok is that like Wukong just has so many powers and abilities. It's kind of hard to work them all into like a moveset for like a round. Last week I asked which human character from other series you could add. I chose Guts. Now the follow-up: which character any series would you add and against who? Caped Baldy versus Tyrant of the Seas. I don't think Poseidon's getting very far. Yeah. Which character any series would add and against who? Yeah. Oh, that's cool ones. Who would be a cool person for Thor to fight? Like Thor needs to fight like a proper warrior type. So for who would be a good? I'm just trying to go through the gods and think who would be a cool fighter from other fictions. Thor's like a brute. I think Thor versus Gintoki from Gintama would be pretty funny, because like Gintama has like when he fights Hosen. Hosen's like a more like much physically stronger and like buffer character, and that's like a really fun fight. So that could be quite cool. Have Xing appear in behind Sun Tzu and have him be shocked of how big he is from how big as Rao from Fist of the North Star. We definitely can. You could do it like a spin the wheel thing for Sun's abilities or something similar. Yeah, that could be cool. Wukong being the most hacks-based fighter in the series would be pretty cool. Yeah, we don't really get much hacks fighting, so, you know, that could be pretty cool. I already got Ao Kong and Longest as voices. If anyone voices Gilgamesh versus Hadesh, not counting power scaling. King of Heroes versus King of the Underworld. That could be very cool. Gilgamesh, yeah. Take power scaling out of it because Gilgamesh is just so broken. He could fight Yujiro or Goku. I feel Goku would be cool to fight against. Vegeta versus Poseidon would be really cool. Just based on pride. Yujiro, I think if he was going to fight anyone, he'd have to fight Zeus. I feel Zeus would be a really fun opponent for Yujiro. In terms of like other Baki characters, who would Hanayama be good against? Because Hanayama obviously he doesn't dodge. He just takes all the hits straight on. So I can see him having a fun fight against like. Maybe Shiva? I don't know. There's lots of possibilities. I think we're gonna end stream on the hour mark, so we're gonna keep going for about another 10 minutes. So yeah, get any question stuff in. Again, sorry for the scuffness, but you know, for Hannibal's ability, the more determined he is, the better he is. Yeah, we can add an aspect. All I'm saying is Hannibal versus Jupiter is going to be a really, really unique fight. I don't want to spoil it. It's going to be very strange. It's similar to what people wanted Hades versus Qin Shi Huang to be. That's all I'll say. But Hannibal versus Jupiter is going to be a really, really interesting matchup. What I've got in my mind for it is really, really like interesting, and it's very different to all the other fights. So I think that's going to be quite a cool one. Goku versus Sun Wukong. Well, that's an obvious one. Obviously, Goku's based on Sun Wukong. Been watching your channel for a while. Great stuff. Any other series you're interested in covering? Well, thank you so much. Other series. I mean, there's a couple of series. Like, obviously, the main series I'm covering at the moment is obviously Ragnarok, Monogatari, and Baki. Like the big three I'm covering at the moment. I'd like to do more like Chainsaw Man videos. The issue is they just don't do well. They really don't do well on the channel. So it's a bit. They're kind of disheartening to make them, and they get no views. I wouldn't mind going back and doing another Madaka Box video. I know it's been a while, but I haven't got a good idea for another Madaka Box video. But I'd like to do another one of them. I wouldn't mind doing another free run video at some point. I quite enjoyed the free run video doing, so maybe a free run video. In terms of like other series I've never made videos on before. I guess I technically have made Fate videos before, but I'd like to do some more Fate Zero videos. I think there's quite a few like in-depth Fate Zero analysis I'd like to do. But again, it's gonna have to be like, it's gonna have to be the choice of like, I probably will do like one, but I have to rewatch Zero again. Zero is just such an in-depth series. There's so much to talk about. Evangelion, I wouldn't mind making an Evangelion video, but again, I'd want to rewatch the series. There's a lot of series that I feel like if I rewatch them, I'd be fine to make videos on them. It's like Parasite. I've wanted to make a Parasite video for a while. And Fire Punch I really want to make a video on, but like Fire Punch is just... Fire Punch is so... what's the word? There's so much going on, it's so abstract that like I've got a script already for a Fire Punch video, but it's in nowhere near the state of being done, because you know. So there's a lot of series I'd like to cover, but yeah, I don't want to stretch myself too thin, because I already feel that like a lot of people subscribe for regular Ragnarok, a lot of people subscribe for Monogatari, and a lot of people subscribe for Baki, and I don't want to go too long between doing a video on each of those big three series, obviously, because you don't want to be subscribed to someone for Baki videos and only get one like every 2 months. So if I do extra videos on other series, like, you know, it just becomes a bit of a hassle. And just because a lot of my videos now are becoming longer, it means it's harder to do weekly videos. Like, there's not going to be a video next week, hopefully the week after. So it's becoming more like every 2 weeks is a new video, just due to the basis that a lot of my videos are like half an hour long now. So it just becomes a bit more difficult. Sukuna versus Buddha could be a cool theme about enlightenment. Sukuna versus Buddha would be so cool, especially like with last chapter for JJK. I'm not going to spoil anything, obviously. It's, in my opinion, best chapter of JJK period. It's so good. But like Sukuna, like I still think Sukuna is one of the most like underrated villains, because he is so well written. Like it baffles me that people say he's pretty ass, like, or mid as like a new show, like a shonen antagonist, because I think he's up there with the best. I think the way he's written is so interesting. But yeah, I love Sukuna so much. He's such a cool character. But like his view on enlightenment, basically his philosophy to life, really like it clashes with Buddha's in such an interesting way. That would be such a fun matchup. It also, like, just from like a moveset potential, because Buddha can like future sight, and so he can be dodging slashes and stuff. I think that'd be really cool. Chainsaw Man videos would be cool though. I really enjoy Chainsaw Man. Watch my Chainsaw Man videos. I haven't got that many. I think my last one on the symbolism of food of the TV in part 2, I think it's really good. I think my video on the Gun Devil is really good as well. I think my video on food symbolism's alright. I wouldn't mind. I don't think it's my best video. It's alright. I think it touches on some good stuff, but it's not my best. And my first Chainsaw Man video on like the general points of Chainsaw Man is very vague. It's not very focused, but I think it's alright. And then my video on freedom versus control and ignorance versus knowledge, I think they're both solid videos too. So I think my Chainsaw Man videos are pretty good. But you know, can I join you in reviewing Chim and Hades' characters? Yeah, we can sort something like that maybe. But obviously I've got to get through round 6 first. For an audience member for Hannibal, Hanno the Great, a guy who basically self-sabotaged Carthage during the wars. Be like, here, having like Misashi's son. Yeah, cool. Yeah, Hanno. I vaguely remember him. I'm just going to write this down because that's a name I just will forget. Hanno for round Hannibal. Is the stream finally working? Yeah. You've missed it. If you're interested in Skeletor's Rose, this is what our predictions ended up in. Sun ended up winning. Oh wait, no. I need to switch to this first. Sorry. Yeah, this is what our roster looked like in the end. Our predictions: Sun Wukong won. He went against Belial in the finals. Yeah. But we are back. Though they're probably way out, I can't wait for your individual analysis on Tesla and Beelzebub. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, because I don't think I did round 8 justice in my analysis of round 8, in my like rounds analysis video. What I am quite worried about is when I get to round 9, because because I don't know really, because I did like a full half an hour like video on round 9 in general. I'm not sure what I can add about Apollo and Leonidas individually that I didn't say in that video. So I don't know. It might end on the Tesla video just because I don't know if there's a necessity for individual videos on Tesla on Apollo and Leonidas. But again, we will see. I'm a bit late, sorry if this was already asked, but what's your take on the spin-off? Does it feel unneeded, good, etc.? I'm really enjoying the spin-off. It's really refreshing. At the end of the day, the arguments that, what's the point if it happens beforehand, I think are really dumb, because, like, we all know that humans aren't going to die at the end of the series. Like, we know Ragnarok will end with humans not being wiped out, but we're still enjoying the series because you enjoy the fights, you enjoy the plot. And even if we know how this spin-off's going to end, it doesn't change the fact that as long as it's enjoyable throughout the way through, then we should be happy with it. So, personally, I enjoy it. I don't think it's unneeded, because I do think it adds flavour. It's a new story. I think it's interesting. I'll make sure to give those a watch after the stream. Yeah, I think they're some of my better videos. But yeah, they don't get many views, though. Have Gilgamesh also appear next to Sun Tzu and Hannibal with a golden throne with them, questioning how did he sneak in so quietly? Yeah, possibly. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to write Gilgamesh, because I want to write him very differently to how he's written in Fate, obviously. That's obviously the first obvious way to portray him, but I want to try writing him in a different way to Fate, just to like differentiate him, so it's not just Fate Gilgamesh. Susanoo versus Sukuna would be cool. Both seek knowledge. Susanoo does it to improve himself, and Sukuna does it for selfishness. Yeah, actually, that's a really good one too. Mainly because, like, Susanoo, like, a big thing of Susanoo is learning through others, and obviously Sukuna does not do that. Are you going to do analysis on this spin-off as well, or only do the main manga? It depends it depends if there is going to be strong themes in these rounds, and if the characters are going to have flashbacks and actual developments. If they do, then yeah, of course. If not, probably not. Because, like, I don't think there's obviously been some themes of this first match, but the themes are very, like, basic of, like, godly superiority versus, like, underdog demigod, basically. So, I don't know about, it depends if there's strong theming or not in these rounds, to whether I want to make videos on them, basically. As for a tease for Camo, have him swimming in the ocean, but turn around when he feels the aura from Arthur and Alcong. Yeah, could do that. I don't want to clutter. Round 6 has a lot going on, and there is a out of arena plotline going on during round 6. So I wouldn't say I guaranteed I'll try to add it in, but I don't want it to feel like, I don't want us to be cutting away from the arena too much, because as I said, there's like a whole plotline that's going to be happening outside of it. Susanoo vs Orochimaru from Naruto would be cool in my opinion. Both also seek knowledge for their own reasons. Yeah, Orochimaru's got a really fun, because Orochimaru like becomes snakes, you could have a lot of cool scenes of Susanoo cutting the snakes. I'm gonna need you to make a Blue Lock reference for the round 7 theme review, because it works. I guess it. I just don't like Blue Lock. Blue Lock's one of these series where I know it's good and I know it's well written. I just don't enjoy it. It's probably because, like, I'm a big football fan in general, and although the idea of like ego and like selfishness is like an important part of being a striker, the real anti-teamwork message at the beginning of Blue Lock just annoys me a lot as like a football fan, because like in the like my team that I support, like one of their biggest issues is they have fucking shit teamwork. So it kind of annoys me that they're like, oh yeah, teamwork bad, when it's so vital to football. Like, yeah. Like, teamwork is one of the most important things for morale and stuff like that in football. So Blue Lock, just if it was about any other sport, it probably wouldn't annoy me. But because it's about a sport I actually like, it like the ego, like the themes of ego just annoy me a bit. Not saying it's a bad show. It just rubs me the wrong way personally. Hades versus Itachi. Hades just gets stuck in Genjutsu immediately and just loses. That's all I'm saying. Do you think Jack will win in his pickle rematch? Probably. I want to redo my Jack video, only because basically, and I know people love Reihen for how it's done Jack. I don't. I really don't like how Jack's been done in ever since he fought ever since he beat Sukuna, Sukune, I've really not liked it because I want to make a whole video on this basically, but like Jack not dying at the end of the maximum tournament only works because Jack then continues to constantly fail for the rest of the series. Like in that, like I feel like the average writer probably would have just killed Jack at the end of maximum tournament. Like that is the repercussions of his abuse of his body, of his steroids, of having the wrong mindset to fighting, so he overdoses and dies. But I think Itagaki takes a much more interesting approach where Jack does survive, but then Jack for the rest of the series just continues to fail over and over again until the end. The last of we see of him in Son of Ogre, in the main storyline of Baki, is him crying, surrounded in steroids, watching his brother and father fight, and that's like a really fitting conclusion to his character. Like the repercussions of Jack's abuse of his body and his steroids is that he continues to live in constant failure. But now in the current story, he is still doing this. He's still doing the stuff that the series keeps saying is wrong, but now he's succeeding. Like, yeah, he's got the biting and stuff, and yeah, Baki has changed the meaning of fighting in general in the world. But like, it kind of retroactively makes the writing of Jack in like New Grappler Back in Son of Ogre really bad now, because we don't have the idea of constant failure as punishment, because he's not really changed much. So it's like a real personal peeve to me that it just, I love what Jack's doing right now. I think it's really cool, but it really shits on what I loved about Jack so much as a character. So I kind of make a whole video on it. But yeah, that's my opinion on Jack. I think Jack probably will beat Pickle though, because that seems to be more in line with his current writing. But yeah, if I had it my way, Jack would have never succeeded at anything, because I think that basically, I just think it's cool for the current writing, but I think it ruins it badly affects like the previous arcs, and I think Maximum Tournament is like arguably the best arc in Baki, so you know. I can't see Blue Lock as a football anime. I see it as an anime with football themes. Blue Lock's cool. I read Blue Lock, the manga, before the anime came out, like quite a bit before the anime came out, and like then I saw like Blue Lock was a popular manga, but like it wasn't until the anime came out it got big, and then like I saw this massive upsurge in like Blue Lock fans, and I was like, damn, I didn't realize Blue Lock was going to be this popular. A Denji and Buddha interaction would be interesting. Immaturity encounters maturity. Buddha teaches Denji to be his own person and how to love himself more. Potentially. The issue with that is Denji's so much more layered character than Buddha, so I don't know what Buddha can teach him, because one of them's a way better character. But, you know, I hold Chainsaw Man's writing like very highly. Do you think Poseidon versus Beelzebub would be an interesting matchup? Beelzebub is just the issue with Beelzebub is it's just very unclear, like how strong his shield is basically. I do think Poseidon probably is stronger than Beelzebub. I don't know, maybe. I don't know, it's a hard one. I think it would be quite a boring visual matchup. I don't know. But it teaches Denji to become a chat. I have an idea for Saladin. Sword, he freezes it in a block of ice for a sheath, since he has a block of ice shaft to Richard. I have basically got nothing for Saladin right now. So yeah, that's a great idea. I've read Blue Lock up to Isagi and Kaiser versus Baru. I'm trying to remember. I'm a bit behind on Blue Lock. I do need to catch up. I'm read up to the under 20 when they're going against the under 20s. So I'm quite far back actually, manga wise. I'm like a year behind. I know this is off topic, but since we jumped to a few side topics, are there any new series you want to make videos about that you haven't done any for yet? We actually talked about this like 10 minutes ago, but to sum up, series I haven't done anything on yet. I wouldn't mind doing an Evangelion video. I wouldn't mind doing some Fate Zero videos. I wouldn't mind doing a Fire Punch video. Sophie, they're like probably the big ones. There's a lot of series I've made like 1 or 2 videos on. I'd like to make more videos on, but you know, it's I don't want to make videos on too many different series, because I don't want to splinter the subscriber base of the channel too much. Denji's one of the best new gen MCs. In my opinion, he is the best like shonen new gen MC. I'm trying to think who else. Like I put Yuji up there. I think Yuji is way better written than most people give him credit. 1 minute, Sophie. What? 1 minute. Yeah. I put Denji up there. I put Yuji up there. I put Fuko and Andy up there. I guess Fuko's more the main character than Andy at this point, so I'd put Fuko up there as well. They're probably my top 3 out of like the new gen kind of like protagonists. That could just be me. Cat, yes, Cat. You missed my message. Oh, sorry, Weeb Guru. Which one? Buddha teaches Denji. I've done that one. Oh yeah, that's cool. That's fair. I'll make the reference. Just hit me up because I got the perfect response that comes from the under 20s versus blue 11 is what Ego says after the first goal to the team. It's perfect. Okay, I'll hit you up. Don't worry. I know this kind of goes against his pridefulness of being a god, but like, do you think Poseidon could have done more damage if he used his water abilities? Probably not. Like it goes against him not using his godly powers on Sasaki, but I genuinely don't know what his water powers realistically would have done. Like, I think Sasaki can cut water. I don't think it would make much of a difference. I need to learn how to do audio so I can start making videos. Yeah, honestly, like, I was gonna say go listen to my audio on my very early videos, but I think they're all unlisted now. But like, yeah, my old mic was shit. Basically, it's one of those things where you need a half decent mic because it doesn't matter how good you like. When you got a shit mic, it's shit. No matter, there's nothing you can do to remedy a shit mic. Could make a video about a King video about Fate Zero? Yeah, if I make it, like, for me, for Fate Zero, like, the big themes, like, kingship is like probably the biggest, like, kingship and like what it means to be a king is like up there with like the true meaning of dreams, like the two like most important like themes of Fate Zero. So if I did a Fate Zero video, it would obviously involve the meaning of a king, and obviously it like Fate Zero makes it quite easy because you obviously have the banquet of kings between Iskander, Gilgamesh, and Artoria, and that makes it pretty clear their 3 stances on kingship. But then obviously you've got Kurosagi, kind of like his leadership kind of factors into that as well. So yeah, it'd be a really good video. It'd be a very long video, and it would take forever to write just because Fates are so dense. But that is definitely a video I'll probably be doing on. Let's do a tier list. We're going to be doing. I said we'd end stream like 10 minutes ago. We're going to keep going. I'm going to try to get through this and then end stream. But yeah, next stream we're going to be doing a tier list stream. So we're going to be a lot of different tier lists. So if you've got any recommendations, shove them in chat. We're going to be doing a what's it called? We're going to be doing a Valkyrie waifu tier list. So I look forward to that next stream. Tanjiro over JJK. Everyone's entitled to their opinions. I think Tanjiro's a pretty mid. Tanjiro's fine. That's what I said about Demon Slayer. The anime, not the manga. It's fine. It doesn't do much for me. The manga, I just don't. Demon Slayer's manga to me is like, I struggle to read it because I don't think the paneling's great. The art style's just not my style. And I don't think the action and choreography in the manga is very good. And I don't think the story I don't think the writing's that good either. Sorry if there's any Demon Slayer fans here. I don't mean to shit on the series. I'm just saying, like, personally, for what I find appealing, it doesn't do anything that. The anime I like, mainly because the anime's got really nice animation and the choreography's amazing. So, like, I like the anime a lot just because I find it very fun to watch. But the manga doesn't really do much for me for Demon Slayer, sadly. But that's just me. But yeah, Yuji over Tanjiro. No, there's no question. Yuji is absolutely impeccably written character. I hear a cat. Yeah, the cat is doing stuff. I think it would be interesting if JJK and Chainsaw Man characters I used to make the roster for Humanity's team would be a cool what if. Yeah, that could be an interesting one. Because I can't make my audio sound clear at all. Yeah, good mic is important. Obviously, a lot of it comes practice because you and you are a lot and you do stuff like that a lot in your audio, so that's a bit of practice. But there's some like basic like sound editing stuff you can do on Audacity, like do a limiter, amplifier, and then like a filter curve, stuff like that. But you can just look that stuff up. It's pretty. We'll just watch a YouTube tutorial on how to edit audio better. Have you perchance read the obscure Bloody Crossed Finish series, a discount Fate with tenfold the backselling? I have not. I've never heard of it actually. I will add it to my list though. Get an idea for a Xingyu entrance. He beats the former emperors and warlords of China, since emperors made of road fitting young makes a road not from respect but from brute force and power. Definitely could be interesting. Jack was missing the martial art aspect. He didn't focus on that, hence why he lost so much. But now he gained balance, which is why he is winning. But it's coming from a guy who needs to read Baki. My issue with Jack learning Godo, like learning the art of the biting, fits more into the themes of he is going more natural. But the big issue is like it's so heavy-handedly like forced down your throat that steroids are really, really bad, and that's like Jack's. The only reason Jack didn't get strong was because he overworked himself and then took a lot of steroids to try remedy that. Like his mindset was always wrong, and like when we see him show up in Bakido, like he's talking to Tokugawa, and Tokugawa's like, "Oh, you haven't changed your methods, have you?" And Baki's like, and Jack's like, "I'll do anything to get stronger." So his mindset hasn't changed; he's just added more to it. So it just annoys me personally. But like I was very defensive of Bakido 2018. Bakido, the Musashi arc. I think that is fine because a lot of people say Baki should have ended at Son of Ogre. But I'm like, no, because the Musashi arc tells really interesting stories and it builds upon the stuff of Son of Ogre, and I think it's really good. But then you get to the Sumo arc. And I've made a video trying to defend the Sumo arc's themes. And even I think that's a reach, because I just don't think the Sumo arc's that good. And Reihen's a lot more better, but it doesn't really play into the themes of the main saga, like Musashi's arc did. So that's just me. I'm a massive Baki fan. One of the few Baki fans that actually cares about the character arcs and the storytelling, rather than just big guys punching each other. He throws him ahead of himself to make a road for himself. A road made of emperors. That's pretty badass. Tanjiro speed blitz JJK. Oh, Tanjiro. I don't know what the speed is. I don't know what JJK has just in universe stated what's it called, speed feats. Mach 3 is fast for the verse. I don't know how fast Demon Slayer characters actually are stated to go. And I know Tanjiro gets really strong by the end of the series, but it is what it is. Tanjiro for me is bland salt. Demon Slayer is the most shonen manga in the new gen, and it didn't get into this. I didn't get into the series until Entertainment District. Season 1, yeah, for me, I love Entertainment District. I thought that was really, really fun, anime-wise. Season 1 just didn't do much for me, personally. I didn't really get the hype when it was getting, really hyped up. I feel mostly Demon Slayer has been the cover of new-gen animes because I've seen a lot of new anime fans put it high on their tier lists. It's very much a beginner's anime. Oh, this cat, honestly. What I will say about Demon Slayer's anime, though, is I have nothing. I would never change in the world Demon Slayer becoming as popular as it is, because Demon Slayer has done so much for the anime industry. Because there's something called the Demon Slayer effect, and it's because Gotoge, the author of Demon Slayer, when the anime was getting made out, they were so bloody involved. They were reaching out to composers and animators and saying, "Can you work on this?" They were in constant talks with the studio, with Ufotable, to get the adaptation as good as possible. And most mangakas don't really care that much about the animes, purely on the fact they've got literally no time because their schedules are horrendous. But because Gotoge was so, from the beginning they were the anime needs to be good, because that's gonna, they understood how influential the anime can be, which is why the anime was as good as it is, because they were trying so hard to get their series to have such a good anime. And because the anime did so good, it went from before the anime only had 100,000 copies, which is pretty shit for a manga, a Big Shonen Jump manga. And then it's now the 10th best selling manga of all time, and then it was the best selling manga of the year 2 years in a row. So that's the Demon Slayer effect, that now a lot more mangakas care a lot more about their animes. Kubo's really involved with Thousand Year Blood War. Gege is quite involved in JJK, in the JJK season 2 anime, and because of that, the animes are getting better because the authors are more involved, and because the Mugen Train arc did so well internationally, it's paved the way for a lot more of these canon movies like JJK Zero or the Chainsaw Man movie that's coming up. like, if it wasn't for Mugen Train, I don't think we would be getting these as widely in the West, like, in cinemas, as we would have. So, I'm very thankful to the Demon Slayer anime, because I think it's only done positives for the anime community. Even if I do think it's quite mid. That was my rant on Demon Slayer. I also want to change Jing's weapon from halberd to glaive, since I've been reading Kingdom and glaives are really cool. Yeah, no problem. Can you do Ragnarok tier list about who can throw it back the best? Sure, next stream we'll add that as one of our tier lists. Why not? People who love Tanjiro like him due to being a good person, nothing else. Like, Tanjiro as like a person, he's a really good person. Like, as a character, I don't find him that compelling. But that's just me. I wish Jack was in the story far more. I think I liked how much Jack was in it, but it's up to personal preference. Demon Slayer felt rushed in the end, and Tanjiro always felt too goody two shoes as a character for me. Could have done more of him becoming a demon. The issue with Demon Slayer is just really, really short. It's just a really short series. Like, it's mad how short the series is. It was only going for 4 years. Like, that is like by the time the anime had barely gone to season 2 and the manga was over. Like, one thing I will recommend though, if you're thinking about Demon Slayer being a bit too goody, go read the Gotoge's first manga. There's only one chapter of it. It's called, what's it called again? Let me find it quickly. It's basically Demon Slayer but a lot darker. What's it called? It's called what's it called? It's called, let me find it. Kagagiri. I only know so much about this because I'm editing a video for another channel. Shout out to Pirate Diaries, great YouTube channel. Go give them a watch. I'm editing a video for them at the moment, and it's about the rise of Gotoge as a mangaka. And yeah, a lot of their early manga is like a lot more dark, and like one of the first chapters of another one of their mangas like revolves around people hanging themselves. So despite Demon Slayer being like quite like tame, like we obviously don't know the gender. Their like previous works were a lot darker, but they obviously lightened them up so Demon Slayer be more successful. Yoriichi is easily multi-faster than Light Plus. Bloody hell. Demon Slayer is faster than JJK because they react to lightning. The issue with like JJK is like, again, like for me when it comes to power scaling, I'm always for author intent, not like technical stuff. Because like for JJK, you can easily wank characters. Like there are like lightning timers in JJK as well. JJK has multiple lightning timers, and they have like Maki's a bullet timer in like season 1. And obviously that makes literally no sense with like the unstated Mach 3 feats. It just doesn't make any sense. But I'm going to go with the Mach 3 stuff just because that's what the author's intending. I will always go with author. I think true power scaling is finding author intent, not pixel measurement and calculations. Because obviously the author doesn't give a shit about stuff like that. But yeah, you can wank like any series to like fast and light really. It's not difficult. But obviously that's not what the author's intending. Demon Slayer speed feats is inconsistent, and JJK's Mach 3 statement is said by Gege to be low and said he was dumb. Yeah, but Gege's really into the story. Not once. He's done it twice. Like you have the initial Mach 3 stuff, and then later you have the Mach 3 stuff again. So it's canon. JJK speed is a low ball, mid ball, high ball, and glazed ball. Yeah, the thing with JJK is like, as I keep saying, for me, power scaling is author intent, and if it's written in the story, Mach 3 is fast, then I'm sorry, Mach 3 is fast for the verse. That's just it. You can be a bit more ambiguous with like Hunter, like Netero doing this, breaking the speed of sound with his punches was really impressive, but it's left ambiguous whether he's gotten faster since. So it's either like speed of sound is like top of the verse, or he's gotten a lot stronger since. So then some of the top tier characters also do that. So it's inconsistent. At the end of the day, I don't think it matters particularly. Like how fast they're literally going doesn't matter. How fast they're going in relation to other characters is what actually matters. Like the actual calcs do not matter at all. Kat is the real star of the stream. Yeah, she's an absolute pain. I hate that Uvatoba put the Infinity Castle arc movies. The Countdown arc should have been the movie, but Infinity Castle needs to be a season. Also, should have not the training arc last season. Yeah, I'm a bit like, it's just money making is what it is, and it just means it's going to be ages till we get all 3 movies out. But I'm very hyped for Infinity Castle because it's just a visually very interesting arc. I hate that Mugen Train movie trend. I hate it with my soul. I get what you mean. Like, I'd much rather we didn't have Thai movies and it was just all anime. But at the same time, when we get the movies are really high quality and you can go watch them in cinemas, which I like. I like that it makes anime feel a lot more mainstream than it did. I like that. I like it being a more mainstream, normalized thing. But that's just me. I completely disagree with Chainsaw Man Bomb Girl arc being a movie. I think it doesn't suit being a movie at all. I don't think if anything was a movie, it should have been maybe the Control Devil arc. But even that shouldn't be a movie. None of Chainsaw Man should have been a movie. Baffling. Absolutely baffling to me. So the new Kengan character has a new technique, smoking. I love the new Kengan character. I think he's going to be a top tier. I also love he's using Krav Maga. And Krav Maga is like this kind of like meme. Because Krav Maga is like, for people that don't do martial arts, I'd say this if I do martial arts myself, but I know a lot of people that do martial arts, and they're like, oh, Krav Maga is like this thing where like people, it's like the ultimate street fight, and like, oh, it's like the ultimate dirty like martial art. And then my friends I know who are actual martial artists are like, yeah, Krav Maga is like shit. It's shit. It's like this thing that like normies that know nothing about martial arts big up Krav Maga. It's like this secret super strong martial art, and it's absolute ass basically. And finally, we've got someone in Kengan using Krav Maga. Krav Maga will probably be really strong in universe though, just because Krav Maga has this reputation of being really strong. But it's like it's just street fighting. It's nothing special, but it gets like bigged up a lot. I love how I was going to end stream soon, but stream's like popping off now, and we've got so many things. Anyone remember Hell Paradise? I watched Hell's Paradise. The anime is very pretty. It's a very pretty looking anime. I just didn't really get into it. For me, I didn't find it very compelling. And I think I had very high expectations because I know people group it up with JJK and Chainsaw Man in the Dark Trio, whatever they call it. And I'm sorry, but like the other two are like leagues better than Hell's Paradise. I don't know. Hell's Paradise just didn't grab me much. Sadly. He smokes to lower his chances to bleed out. Yeah, it's pretty funny. But I love him. I think he's good. I've been joking with a mate, like, yeah, he's gonna be absolute top tier in the verse. I know some people are like, oh, he's gonna actually be the other Nico, number 4. Or who was the other character people thought he might actually be? Oh, that he might be the second Fang, because I think the second and the third Fang are the only Fangs we've ever met. I really don't think he is a Fang, but he could be. Yuji and Tanjiro aren't well written. Saying Yuji is really, I don't know. I think JJK in general gets pretty like downplayed in its writing. I think JJK is written a lot better than people think it is. That's me. And I think Yuji is an absolutely incredibly written character. But again, that's just me. Have I done a Yuji video? I've done a video comparing Yuji and Sukuna's mindsets. I might, when the series is over, I'll probably do like a big Yuji video because I think Yuji is like potentially the best written character in JJK. I mean, it's hard. Like him, Sukuna, and Gojo, I think are like up there. But, like those 3 are so like well written. But yeah, I am a JJK glazer though. Demon Slayer show just made 24 episodes. Why did Demon Slayer have like? I don't like the first Demon Slayer opening. I think it's overrated as hell. Why has it got 1 opening for 24 episodes? Ridiculous. It needs 2 openings. Get with the times. Though the second OP is pretty good. Also, Kokoshiba should have been the main villain because he fits it better than Muzan. Also, fix his backstory and get rid of the eyes. Yeah, Muzan. Yeah, but Muzan's Michael Jackson though. Next stream, can we talk about My Hero? Oh, we'll talk about My Hero Academia. My Hero Academia, where they fumble the ending. Like, I don't think the ending's as bad as people think, but I think the idea that Deku's actually no, I won't say anything because I don't want to spoil the ending basically to people. But all I'll say is Deku basically ends the story in the same place he starts the story, and I don't like it. I think there's a very small change you make to the ending that makes it infinitely better. But I don't want to say it because I don't want to spoil the ending for anyone who hasn't read it. Next stream, Gege said in data books he didn't know how fast Mach 3 is, thought it sounded cool, and he said he didn't thought about it properly. And anyway, the Mach 3 feat is by Naya, who's slower than Maki. Yeah, but Maki's like top. Yeah, but most characters are still slower than Naya. Like, the Mach 3 thing is thing, but like again, I don't think it matters. It doesn't matter as far as I'm concerned. So if you read match 2 of Tenkaichi, I have just finished round 4 of Tenkaichi. So far in Tenkaichi, every character I've wanted to win has lost. So I'm going to start not rooting for characters now, because all 4 rounds, the person I wanted to win lost. It's so sad. So I'm almost caught up, because I'm on to round 5 next, which I'm looking forward to. By the way, do you think Bando is overrated or underrated? Probably underrated, because no one talks about it. I agree with Bomb shouldn't be a movie, which is funny because Fujimoto is heavily inspired by movies. Yeah, Bomb just isn't. It's not long enough to be a movie, and it doesn't have it's not laid out in a nice movie structure. I just don't think it's a good movie. I just don't think it'd be a good movie, flat out. And Gojo and Sukuna is far faster. Yeah, but the issue with Gojo and Sukuna. The issue is we don't know how much of a speed boost Sukuna gets between, what's it called? 16 fingers and like 20 fingers, because like Maki is as fast as him. Maki's as fast as him when they fight. Before he eats the last like before he eats his last three fingers and then like the head. So I don't know. But Maki in general is like shown to be on par in speed with Sukuna. So I don't know. And Gojo also has, teleportation hacks to up his speed. Like most of his high speed travel is due to blue, and so it's not just raw speed. But again, speed scan doesn't really matter that much. Characters are as fast as they need to be. Todo shouldn't be able to keep up with Yuji currently, because they were relative in speed back in Goodwill. But Todo is now as fast as Yuji, even though Yuji's a lot faster now. Like, so it just is what it is. It's not. No, just don't take it too seriously. Best anime movie is JJK Zero. Yeah, JJK Zero is so well done as a movie. Like, I'm very glad that kind of movie. Watching that cinemas was so fun. Especially it's because they had all the like the references to the main series into it that aren't there in the manga. It's just so good. I'm still shocked with Tanjiro has no interaction with Kokushibo. Yeah, it's just Demon Slayer is quite rushed in its writing. They just speed run the series, so there's just not time for stuff like that. Like a lot of the Hashira, I feel, do not get explored enough. It starts pretty good where we get basically an arc per Hashira, but then we get their swordsman village, and then we got 2 Hashira, 1 arc, and then the rest of the Hashira are just going to get shoved into like the training arc and then Infinity Castle. It's just kind of like, okay, yeah. I feel there's too many Hashira. There doesn't need to be that many if the story's not going to spend the time on them, basically. Muzan is the Michael Jackson. He is quite the smooth criminal. Baki and Kengan would do well as fighting games. I'm surprised none appear as guest characters in Tekken games. Yeah, that'd be cool to see. I know Yuja has appeared in like fighting games before as like extra characters, but like a Baki, like actual Baki game would be fun. I would have made the Assassin Arc a movie because it works the best. Like personally, I wouldn't make any of them a movie, but I agree Assassin probably works the best as a movie. But again, I don't think any of them work really well as a movie anyway. Especially when the anime was the anime was really well paced to be like Bomb Arc and International Assassins Arc were like the perfect length for season 2, and then Gun Devil and Control were like perfect lengths to be season 3. So it was like perfectly laid out. But because they're now doing Bomb as a movie, it means we're probably gonna get Control as a movie, but season 2 will probably be Assassins and Gun Devil, and then we'll get Controllers off as a movie. It's just like, I don't know, it just seems weird to me. So the final arc's probably going to be another movie, which is, a bit shit. What do you think about Battle of the Strongest being a movie? Battle of the Strongest. What the hell is Battle of the Strongest? Am I being dumb? What the hell is Battle of the Strongest? Oh, the Shinjuku Showdown, the first bit. Oh, what? Yeah, okay. I completely know what you mean now. I've just been dumb there. I think it would work really well as a movie. I think it would work well as a movie just because I feel they're going to do the entire Culling Games arc in season 3. I think they'll squeeze it all in. And then I think you could do then Shingoku Showdown as season 4, sorry, and do the whole thing in one season. But again, I think you could easily do the first bit as a movie and then do the rest as the final season, and I'd like that a lot, just because we get really hard animation for it. And I think it's the right length where you could do it as a movie. And I think it would have a really fun ending to it. Like, but yeah, that could be cool. I do hope Bomb later on gets laid into an episode format. Yeah, they did have a Demon Slayer, so it's possible, but I don't know. Mappa didn't do that for for JJK Zero though, so they haven't got there's no precedent for it. Fuma fans be crazy. I like how Tenkaichi changes the arena from Oda's backyard, a forest, a ship, and a cage. Yeah, well, it's not really in a cage for long, is it? The cage gets knocked over like pretty quickly. Fuma fans be crazy. Yeah, Fuma's an interesting character. Salome is done dirty. Maybe if we still had the lower moons, the Hashira could have had more time to develop. Yeah, a lot of the Hashira just don't do much. That's my problem. So far, who's your favourite character in Tenkaichi? Well, my favourite characters have all died so far. My favourite character so far. Where I'm at, he hasn't fought yet. I haven't had his fight yet, but like I'm loving Sasaki's energy so far, even though he's not done anything. I really like John Williams, just because I found him funny. But yeah, I liked him a lot. I can't remember his name, but the spear user from round 1, I liked him a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of characters I liked. I agree, but it would be weird Chainsaw Man the movie inspired manga not getting a movie. Yeah, I just don't think it's suited to it. But yeah, I get your point. Where do you scale Justin in Kengan Omega? Justin's a weird one where like I feel he shouldn't be too far off like where would I scale Justin? I'm just like 1 minute. Let me just have a reread of his fight quickly. Because doesn't what's his name? What's his name? Okia, wrestling guy. Doesn't he imply they're like somewhat similar? I think he's losing whoever he's fighting next round. I'll tell you that much. I think he's a bit of a jobber. He's stronger than I thought he would. Well, no, because him winning against like the pretty boy was like, okay, you know, that's not bad. But then like that guy gets low diffed by Ramon or whatever his name is. So I don't know. I don't think he's that strong personally. But he made it into this tournament, so he has to be somewhat strong. I don't know. It's hard to rank like Kengan characters are a lot closer in strength than people seem to think they are. So I think he's still pretty strong. I think the problem with making Gojo vs Sukuna movie, there's too much time in between because you've got Sukuna versus Yozora, and I need that. And I think season 3 will end with the Sukuna Sega Megami. I think season 3 ends with now I'd win. Like that's like I'm pretty strong that I think that's where it's gonna end. Mainly because the Culling games may sound quite long, but when you actually look at the chapter amount and that most of it's just action, it's really doable to do all of that in season 3. Like if you look at the chapter, like the amount of chapters per like episode, it's very doable to do all of season 3 in one go, and end on that I'd win. The moment you said for being the ending of season 3 is a really strong moment to end on, but because otherwise it means now I'd win is just going to be like, is either going to be just midway through the movie, or it's going to be like midway through a season. I think that has to be the end of season 3 for me. It's like how the ending of season 2, like it was the Yuta moment. Obviously that wasn't the literal ending. It was like the second to last scene, but like that being like the end around the ending scene, that made sense to me. Also, the reason it's really cool. The reason they ended on the clap scene for the end of season 2, because when I was at Anime Expo, I was at a JJK talk with the director for season 2, and they were like, yeah, that was the scene that they from the start knew they were going to end on, because that is such a that's so symbolic in Japanese of like various things, so they had to have that as their ending moment. But yeah, I really think now I'd win is going to be the end of the season. I cannot see him doing anything else but that. I really can't. If season 4 is shorter, or they move Kenjaku versus Yuki and shows season 4 and ends with Gojo shooting the hollow purple and then get the movie, then sure could work for me. Yeah, I just think we'll get all the Cullen games in the next season. That's just what I think. A lot of people didn't like how I characterized William Adams. William Adams is just kind of like he's really weak, and he's vulgar as hell. But you know, he's a Westerner, got to rep the Westerners. He's very different to his historical counterpart. But like, I just find him funny more than anything. It's obviously now where Mappa won't miss the opportunity. It will be the most legendary cliffhanger. I just really think they'll do that. I really do. Brainrock Kaisen. Okay, I'm gonna end streaming in like 1 minute. So get your last things in now if you want them in. This stream has gone on way longer than I expected. It's gone on for like, with technical difficulties, it's almost been 3 hours we've been streaming. But you know, I had to make up for an extra long stream because technical issues were plaguing the stream. But give another minute or so. Do a Riz tier list for Ragnarok. Okay, next stream we'll add the Riz tier list. So we've got the Riz tier list, we've got the Frisky tier list, and then we've got the Waifu tier list. Okay, well, on the Bottomy Kaisen, we will end stream. I don't know if it'll be next week or the week after. When we do our tier list stream, I hope you'll all be here for that. Have a good one, guys. Sorry about technical issues. Nah, I'd win.